We featured Alex on this channel not too long ago. She's a single mother who recently moved into a secluded home in France with her son, their dog, and a few cats. The property once served as a church presbytery and is said to have a burial ground hidden beneath its foundations. From the moment Alex settled in, inexplicable events began to occur. Doors rattling open by themselves and strange echoes reverberating through the halls. Late one night, while she was in bed watching TV and her son was fast asleep, an unsettling banging noise broke the silence. Alarmed, she reached for her phone to record, never guessing she was about to document something truly disturbing. Without warning, a nearby drawer slid open on its own, and the bedroom door slammed shut with alarming force. Fearing an intruder, Alex crept into the hallway, only to hear rapid footsteps thunder up the stairs. Panicked, she flinched so badly that she dropped her phone, catching shaky footage of her cat darting away, seemingly alarmed by the same presence. The next evening seemed calm, until nightfall brought a chilling melody echoing through the house. Her piano, completely unattended, played on its own. And when she pressed record again, the real terror began. In the faint glow of the hallway light, the piano's notes seemed to mingle with what sounded like her son's voice calling out. Yet when Alex checked his room, she discovered him asleep, snoring. Venturing downstairs, she found the piano suddenly silent until a row of books launched off the shelf, followed by a television flickering with static. Rattled, Alex retreated to her son's room, deciding they should sleep together for safety. But rest never came, as odd noises persisted through the night. Right, and her dog growled at unseen shadows. So what malevolent force is at work here? Perhaps we'll learn more soon. On a TikTok profile called Miss Erinels, a content creator named Erin recently began documenting a disturbing situation that unfolded late one evening. At around 2:31 a.m., she heard an unsettling rattling noise that made her heart skip a beat. Phone in hand, she crept through the dimly lit hallway. But it wasn't until she reached the closed bathroom door that she realized just how bizarre this encounter would become.
I need help. I took this video at like 2:30 this morning and I don't know what to do. Oh God, something's in the bathroom. There's no way something is not in the bathroom downstairs. So now it's almost 8 a.m. I'm not positive, but I have to imagine whatever it was is still in there. 1, what the heck could it be? 2, what do I do? Because I am not opening that door.
The rattling grew louder, echoing ominously from behind the bathroom door. If you look closely, you can see the doorknob quivering, almost as if some unseen force is desperate to break free. Fearing she might find a trapped animal, or something far worse, Erin hesitated to touch the handle. Yet, encouraged by viewers who suggested checking from an outside window, she decided there might be one safe way to unravel the mystery.
All right, I think whatever was in there is probably still in there, so I'm gonna see if I can figure it out from the outside. There's a window down there. And that window hopefully has the shade up. Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh, no. The shade is down. Why is the shade down? I need the shade to be up.
However, any hope of peering inside vanished immediately when Erin realized the window shade was firmly drawn. Determined not to face this alone, she called her sister and her husband, who brought along a slender endoscope camera. Their plan was simple: slide the tiny lens under the door and see what lurked beyond. But the next video Erin shared would prove that things were about to take an even stranger turn.
All right, well, not quite the update I was expecting to give, but the bathroom was empty. So we couldn't get the camera under the door. We then just like set up a bunch of barricades to open the door and basically route whatever it was down the hall, and had the door into the garage open and then the garage door open, thinking we could like scurry it along. And my brother-in-law went in. He had like all the protective gear on, and yeah, he couldn't find anything. Looked under the sink, looked in the toilet, looked behind the washer and dryer. Disturbance, I couldn't find claw marks anywhere on the bottom of the door. So at this point, the best guess is it was either in the heat vent, which is in the ceiling, which is up near the door, so kind of like where the sound was coming from, or possibly in the ceiling or the wall. And all you people who think I need to like call someone to deal with paranormal, I'm just gonna like, that's not, I don't think that's happening. I think it's an animal. I think it's some kind of critter. It just unfortunately is going to be an unsolved mystery for now.
When the endoscope failed to reveal anything, They mustered their courage and decided to open the door themselves. Cautiously stepping inside, they found no sign of a stray animal or intruder, a fact that felt all the more sinister after witnessing the rattling knob. Then, in one unnerving clip, Erin can be heard saying she hopes the window shade is up, only to be answered by a ghostly, disembodied voice whispering, "No, it isn't." Even more unsettling, Erin claims she never heard that voice in the moment.
There's a window down there. And that window hopefully has the shade up. And that window hopefully has the shade up. Hopefully has the shade up.
This unsettling encounter still has no clear explanation. Erin insists she never heard that chilling response, yet it surfaced plain as day on the recording. So what could have been behind that shaking doorknob and eerie voice? For now, the answer remains shrouded in mystery. Recently, Michael shared a footage with us in which he was quietly watching a late-night movie in his bedroom when a sudden commotion made his heart skip a beat. Over the past week, he'd noticed his old wooden cabinet swinging open and slamming shut by itself. In desperation, he secured it with a thick rope. Yet even that precaution failed to stop the eerie force behind its unsettling movements.
So I'm sitting here watching a movie and my cabinet yanked. Like you can still see it moving a little bit. Like the thing I have it tied shut with. And usually it's tighter than that. And see, look, I told you. I told you something was yanking on it. And it's weird because it's been a long time since it messed with this cabinet. Hello? You want to do it again? Are you trying to get the doors open? Oh, I would take that as a yes.
If anyone doubted Michael's claims, the next incident left little room for skepticism. The cupboard door yanked open again, twice in fact, proving this wasn't just a random fluke. Something definitely had it out for that piece of furniture. But that strange event was only the beginning.
Hello? Is there a reason why you wanted me to open the door? I know it's been a while since you messed with this cabinet.
Later that night, as Michael cautiously opened the cabinet once more, a faint yet chilling whisper seemed to say, "Evil." If true, it pointed to a malevolent force at work, leaving Michael both terrified and confused. Before the unseen entity retreated, he managed to capture one last, unsettling occurrence. Arguably the most convincing piece of evidence yet. Pay close attention, because what happens next defies explanation.
All right, I'm about to close the door. I'm pretty sure that doll just looked up at me.
In the footage, a quirky doll with bright orange curls suddenly lurched backward, though nothing visible had touched it, unless, of course, it was something supernatural. Horrified by this jaw-dropping sight, Michael slammed the cabinet shut and fled the house. Did he ever return? We may never know, but let's hope he's safe from whatever might still linger behind that door. Late one evening, a concerned family managed to record this strange footage after weeks of mysterious activity near the playground outside their apartment. Night after night, unsettling laughter and the faint sounds of children echoed through the yard, even though no one was ever there. What made it especially disturbing was that the swings often seemed to move on their own, as if guided by an invisible hand. Finally, when the eerie noises returned yet again, the family took out their camera and began to film. In their footage, a single swing is shown swaying by itself, almost as though an unseen presence is pushing it. Neighbors who tried to hold it still ended up fleeing when it resumed rocking the instant they let go. Could this be nothing more than a strong gust of wind? Yet, all the other swings stayed perfectly motionless. Confused viewers poured in with theories, but the mystery only deepened. What do you think is really happening here? Over on TikTok, a creator named Randy who usually shares light-hearted comedic videos. But recently, he revealed something much darker. He suspects his house might be haunted. After installing a Ring camera in his living room, he began receiving multiple alerts late one night. At first, he assumed it was just his dogs wandering around, until he played back the footage and felt a sudden rush of fear. Everything seems completely motionless, right up until a dining chair jerks across the floor, as though pulled by an unseen force. Seconds later, the same chair slides even farther and vanishes out of frame. Randy can't explain it, but he admits the incident has left him too nervous to sit there again. Could something sinister be lurking in his home, waiting to make its next move? For now, that chair remains empty, and the mystery grows. A TikTok clip posted in 2021 by a user called Opal Ghosts, where we see her friend dancing around without a care in the world. A cute, slightly bewildered dog ambles about in the background, clearly wondering what all the commotion is about. At first glance, it's just a light-hearted moment, filled with laughter and carefree fun. But if there's one thing we've learned from strange viral footage, it's that the ordinary can morph into the unsettling in mere seconds. And right before our eyes, that's exactly what happens next.
You're fucked. What? What? What are you doing? Did you not hear that? No. Are you sure? I can hear that.
Without any warning, the large mirror leaning against Opal's bedroom wall starts to tremble all on its own. Even in her less than sober state, her friend notices the movement immediately, and her expression shifts from playful to petrified. It's the kind of eerie moment that leaves you wondering if something else might be lurking just out of sight. Opal later posts a follow-up clip, insisting that the mirror's bizarre wobble couldn't have been caused by a careless elbow or her friend's clumsy footing. Skeptics in the comments suggest she simply bumped it by accident, but the original footage doesn't seem to back that theory. So what really caused this sudden, unexplained shaking? For now, It looks like Opal might want to keep a closer eye on that mirror, because who knows what else might decide to make an appearance when nobody's expecting it. A truly mysterious piece of footage has surfaced, and very little is known about its origin. All we can say for sure is that during a typical online lesson, an event occurred in one student's room that no one can seem to explain.
No sé, como que en la parte de atrás se ve algo raro, no sé. Sí, o sea, es que así que se está moviendo, así lleva así, se puede mover la cama. Pues así es, a mí, que tu poder, sí se ve, o sea, se ve raro.
We witness a young participant in her virtual class, seemingly untroubled at first, with a Pinocchio figure perched behind her. Out of nowhere, the doll's wooden arm shifts, drawing her gaze. She leans closer, pulse quickening with every second, until the unimaginable unfolds. In a moment, bizarre and terrifying, the doll appears to lash out at her, as though possessed by some unseen force. Before she can comprehend what's happening, an invisible shove sends her reeling, and the puppet is no longer on the shelf. What do you believe happened here? Could something truly sinister be at play?